So I am pleased to be on today with one of my prize students, Scott Gilbert. Scott, why don't you tell everybody where you're from and how long you've been in the business for?
Well, I'm originally from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. I've been in the business for 6 years now.
Okay.
Started in residential maybe a year and a half, put my feet in commercial a little bit, and then finally jumped into commercial. Been doing fully commercial for about 3.5, 4 years now.
3.5, 4 years. Okay, got it. And then we met, I think it was about a year ago, October, right? About 14 months ago?
Year ago, October, yes.
Got it. Okay, and if you can kind of set the scene for me for like how much you were earning at that point and what your business kind of looked like and felt like.
Well, at that point, I was still doing some residential.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'll take some residential. And then I was doing some commercial, but I was calling myself a full commercial agent, but I was still taking both. So it kind of like took away my time, some of that residential stuff. With the residential closings, we're probably earning about 60,000, right about there on average.
Got it. But you were taking residential listings and business because you couldn't generate enough commercial. Am I right in saying that?
Like to supplement.
Yes. To supplement, right? Because you couldn't get the earnings you want on commercial, so you're like, well, I might as well take some residential also.
Correct.
Okay. And for to give people an idea of kind of like where you were when you joined the program, what did you earn in 2021?
2021, oh my gosh, that was the most horrible year ever. I mean, if sucky was a word, that was it. It was the most suckiest year ever, man. In 21, I earned about $38,000.
38,000. Okay, got it. And to compare, 14 months later, we started working together end of last year. You started really kicking into dials. I think it was basically the first of the year, right? It's beginning of February, something like that. Where did you finish? And we're 2 weeks shy of the end of the year, right? Where are you finishing 2022 at?
Yeah, 2022, that's just going to be a little bit over 100,000.
Okay.
Just a little bit over 100,000.
Love it. Okay. So you basically 2.5 times your income in that year period.
Yes.
Okay. And then I think you mentioned that you have some business coming up. I think it's closing in February.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a shopping center closing in February. That's 2.5.
Okay.
2.5 million at 3% commission.
Nice. So that's going to be another 75,000.
Yeah, at the beginning. That's just in January.
Oh, that's in January. So you're just
this year. Either January or mid-February.
Okay, got it. So if I'm hearing you right, 14, maybe 15 months later, you earned 175,000. Like you will have earned by this time next month, basically.
Yes.
Wow. Yep. Okay. What was the biggest thing that moved the needle for you? Because it's not like you weren't trying hard and working hard. Well, what was it that you changed in your business that brought you these results?
Well, commercial is just a grind. Whatever comes your way. Now I'll just take whatever I can get, basically.
Sure.
So a lot of the leases, the lease, I put that off of my plate and just focus strictly on sales.
Got it.
That was a biggie. But then the structure of everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. Okay. Running it like a business.
Okay.
Hey, this is what you do. This is what you need to be accountable for. This is how you do this. And that what really did it for me. So it's like being a real business now.
Okay.
Instead of like grabbing from here, it's like, this is it right here and moving forward.
So you feel like that the coaching program has given you that structure and that kind of process in order to hold you accountable? Yeah.
Feel a lot better now. So much better. Yes.
Because I remember I said to you yesterday, I said, hey, I missed you in class last week. And you said, no, I was out spending time with my family.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Making the money so you can have the freedom of time and do the things you want to do for the people that are important. So if you could say like in a sentence, like what your biggest takeaway was from what you've learned, because you went not only through our intro program, CRE basic training, but you also are in our veteran training program now. What is your biggest takeaway kind of over the last year or so?
The biggest takeaway mainly is accountability.
Okay.
The way you have everything set up, and then come back and check, hey, you said you was going to do this. Did you do it? Accountability is the most important thing if I can see out of everything, because a lot of people say they're going to help you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna help you do this. Oh, do this over here, do this over here. But most of the times they really don't. They just tell you what to do.
Sure.
But what I like about here is, all right, this is what we need to do. All right, where we at? Make adjustments. All right, where we at? Make adjustments, and then move forward like that.
Got it. And how has having that accountability, how has that impacted your business?
Oh, so the accountability for me now, it's becoming a part of every day. Now I can comfortably say to my wife, look, I got to make these calls.
Yeah.
We got to make some money. I got to make these calls. And now the people around me now start seeing, hey, okay, this is what needs to happen. Give him his space. Because with COVID and everything, it can be a big distraction. Like being by yourself and not amongst it can be a big distraction. So just the everyday language now is like total game changer.
Okay. Total. So being in a virtual world, having that structure has kept you be disciplined with what you need to do.
Yeah.
Got it. And then also having the language that you know what you need to have when you have the conversations with people.
Yes, absolutely.
Got it. Okay. And don't say it because I'm your coach, but what is your opinion on the program?
My opinion on it just, to me, transformed the business from a more, I don't want to say independent model, because so you got to do stuff on your own. You're doing everything into a more business, like a business model.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the transformation to me. Like, man, I feel like I do everything. But if it's a way you do it, it becomes a lot more easier, a lot more simple. For me, simple is best. And that's what it did for me.
Okay. So you're talking about us being able to show you, okay, once you start getting the business you want, how to offload things to support staff and then treating your business like a business instead of like you have to wear 100 different hats. Is that what you're
Correct. Yeah. And then, don't focus on this right here, offload this, leases or stuff like that.
Yep.
It just is a total game changer to focus on the things make money. That's a total game changer.
So do you feel like that has focused your efforts a bit more?
Yes.
Got it. And then if someone was on the fence, right, and they're in a similar situation to where you were last year, right, like having to do this, having to do that because they don't have quite the business that they want, they're not making the money they want, what would your advice be to them, someone that was listening right now?
I would say, it's up to them really, but I would say give it a try. Just take a look at it. I mean, it may be something different than you're doing in your business because it really keeps me focused. But it is something that will keep you focused instead of just everywhere. And that was my thing, just everywhere.
Got it.
Now I'm able to say, Christian, this is my first time being able to, go to a football game with my son, because I feel comfortable. I can support my family. They need me type thing. Instead of working from, 7 to 7, like, man, I'm tired. 7 to 7. Oh, I'm tired. 7 to 7. It's not like that anymore.
So the focus, by being able to focus more, it enabled you to get more out of the hours you were working.
Yes.
So that you could actually have time back. You bought time back with your focus, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it feels so much better.
Good. So if I'm hearing you right though, you're starting next year off with a transaction in the first 30 days or so of $75K.
Yes.
What are you hoping to earn by the end of next year?
So I think I shortchanged myself. I didn't, but this coming year, in 240,000.
Love it.
$250,000. And, just kind of like building momentum. Now I can see, oh man, I can do this.
So you could see the path where before you could not.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, because at $75K, you're already a quarter of the way to the 200.
Correct.
Right. So if you do that every quarter, you'll hit it at the end of the year.
Yep.
And as far as listings go, because that's really where our focus lies, right? And getting away from the leasing, get away from buyers because it's the least efficient use of your time. How many listings did you have before and how many do you have now?
So listings before, I really didn't have that much. Even this last year, 2021, I didn't have that much. But the ones I did have generated over 100,000. So before I may have maybe one or two.
Okay.
But developing the structure, this year it was 3 or 4. But now I have the system is just like an upscale.
Okay.
That's it.
Got it. So now that you have the system in place,
that's
you know how to do it. It's like a cookie cutter. Right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So now, if you think about it, if you double your efforts, you double your listings with the same amount of inputs, you're gonna have double the income. Got it. Love it. All right. And any final thoughts or anything like you'd like to share for anyone listening in terms of your experience and so forth?
I would say the transformation it was a little bit to get used to because I'm not used to being somebody that helped me like this. Of course, you got your brokerages that they do stuff and they tell you to do stuff, but nobody walks with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like the most about it. Because I know, man, I got to go back and talk to Christian, man. I got to go back and talk to my other buddies. I got to have something to say. And it kind of like kept me on track.
Sure. One way or the other.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure having you. I wish you continued success. I'm looking forward to working with you, through your career and keeping you on the path and earning more and more each year. And I really wish you all the best, Scott. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Chris. I really appreciate your time, man. All right.